it's an exciting challenge for us. I think obviously I came in after the other competitions, and so all I've been concentrating on is the league. But this gives us a little break from that, and I think it's an exciting time. But we know it's a competition that is fiercely fought for. I think it's any Premiership team has got ambitions in, and so we've got to make sure that we've got the right mentality going into the game tomorrow, which I think there's already been a couple of games this season to prove that you have to be on it every game.
What are you expecting from Formartine? How difficult is it to prepare for playing against a side like that?
It's the same for me. It's the same. I've spoke quite regularly about the mental preparation you have to put into every game, and possibly we've let ourselves down a couple of times by taking the opposition lightly. So we've already had warning shots for ourselves and harsh lessons to learn from. So we can't be surprised by anything. But as we always do, we always go into every game with the plan of concentrating ourselves and making sure our performance is as good as it can be, regardless of what the opposition will bring. And that's what, when we're talking about the league champions or a team from the lower leagues, we have to go in every game and show the right mentality, right approach, but it starts in your training. So you'd like to think with experienced professionals who have been around the game a long time, they've seen results elsewhere. We obviously will be the favourites going into the game. I'm not going to shy away from that. But whenever we're playing a team that's above us, we talk about it being 11 versus 11, and any team can win on any given day, and that's the challenge we have tomorrow.
Is what happened to Hearts at Brora Rangers the biggest warning for any player in Scotland?
I think so. I think it's the most recent one as well. It's fresh in everyone's minds. Obviously, they're in the same division, so it's that's there. I will say it, but I shouldn't have to, because everyone's seen. If you don't approach it right. In professional sport, you can come off second best, and that's certainly what we don't want to do tomorrow going into that game. So, if we do all the things right and we approach it the right way, then I would hope we can win the game. But we have to be right, and it's down to ourselves. It's down to ourselves, me and my staff, but my players as well, because we always take responsibility for our own performances.
How has the squad looked in the sort of 2-week break you've had?
Good. It's we've people have come back into training and got a good. We've been able to work them really hard without having to slow it down, preparing for a game. Obviously last week, and then we've continued it this week. So we've got lads coming back into training, and the squad's looking healthier than it was 3-4 weeks ago when we were down to, I think, 6 academy lads on the bench, and we couldn't even fill our bench. That's not the case now. We've got real competition for places, which is great, and so it's in a healthy state. We've still got a couple of senior players missing, but I think you go throughout the divisions, everyone will have some players missing. But we at the moment have a good healthy squad to help us in this competition, and obviously in the remaining league games.
How are your players coming back from international duty? Do you? Obviously, some players come back, like Stephen O'Donnell played very well against Yorkshire, pretty well. Declan Gallagher didn't get a game out. Do you have to deal with them differently? Just lift ones up.
Declan was in yesterday training, so he looked good. He's worked hard. Fortunately, our physio Dave Henson was away with the Scotland squad as well, so he could keep a close eye on those two guys, which was good. But like I'm saying, these are two seasoned pros, and they know how to look after themselves and do the right thing. But Stephen O'Donnell's wife was having a baby yesterday, so we haven't seen him. So we'll see him this morning. But I've been in communication with them all the time while they've been away. And look, they're big players for us. They're big characters and personalities, and we're really pleased that they're involved in the Scotland squad. And I think the manager knows that those two guys never let them down. And you want them to play, and you want them be involved, but they've done fantastically well for Scotland, and they've got the Euros to look forward to. So, but they've come in. Well, obviously Declan came in yesterday, and he was full of beans, and obviously I spoke to him. He was disappointed not to play, but he understands that there's 22 other fantastic players in the Scotland squad chomping at the bit to play as well. So he'll never let his standards drop and his mentality drop. He's because he's obviously he got injured for us, and he couldn't get back into the team, but his attitude to training around the squad has been absolutely top notch, and that's what I'd expect from a professional like him.